So, the other day as I was driving along, doing what I do best, which is to think. I like thinking. And I was driving along thinking about who knows what. Something bothering me, somebody I like or don't like, whether or not I like anyone, whether or not I like you, whether or not I like me, whether or not the world's going to hell in a handbasket, or I actually am doing great things, whether or not I know my ass from my elbow, shit like that. I mean, the general realm of stuff that one thinks about alone in the car. Um, and I reflected just briefly on how valuable it is the time that I spend thinking about somebody else, trying to connect with somebody else, listening to somebody else, or just being available for the things that potentially I'm getting nothing out of. Like if I go and I listen to somebody, I'm not talking about me. If I go and help somebody without being paid, I'm just giving of my time. And my brain is like, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that. And then on the other hand, I have this upbringing that's like, that's charitable and it's a good thing to do. But then I got that other part of me that's like, yeah, it's charitable and it's a good thing to do. You know why? Because that way of life tells me the more good I do for people, the more I'm going to get. And so it's like I try to find my way into some humility through all that nonsense, right? And it's not really nonsense because the truth is that as you give away, you get. And that to me is not something based in religion or morality. It's a spiritual principle that it's like the more you put out, the bigger it comes back. The more you give without any attachment. See, it's all about attachment. I want what I want to get, I want to talk about myself, I want to do this, but if I do it for you, I'm going to keep score of when you're going to do it back for me. And so, like any of this time that I spend not thinking about my own needs, not thinking about what I'm going to get, not making sure that like my motives are being responded to, there's such freedom in that. There's just massive, 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 massive physical, psychological, emotional, and mental benefits. Number one, I love to have a problem and think about how and why I'm going to solve my problem. I will mind fuck it to death or talk it to death or both. And here's what happens. If I go and I listen to somebody else, I'm like, I'm really surrendering my time and I'm surrendering my brain. And instead of like, it's like when you lose your keys, right? You know your keys are somewhere in the house because you came in the door. But you're like, where are the keys? Where are the keys? And you're under the bed and over here and on the shelf. And you're sitting there and you're like, I can't find these keys. And then all of a sudden somebody needs something or somebody calls and you're on the phone and you're wandering around and there they are on the couch. It's the same thing. It's like when I don't think about myself, the answers come. So like, let's say I'm sitting here and I'm like worried about this problem or I'm mad at somebody and I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say. And then my friend Siobhan calls me or something like that. And I pick up the phone and I start talking to her or listening to her or just engaging with her. And I don't have any motive other than connection. And then all of a sudden she says something that makes me go, holy shit, that's going to help me. Holy shit, I could use that, right? So even though what I'm saying right now is that like you don't have to be looking for motives underneath your motives around what you're going to get from things, it's like the great paradox. When you let go of what you're going to get, you get more than you could ever need. And the thing is we live in a world constantly like, what's the next answer? How do I solve this problem? Oh my God, I'm so depressed and angry. Why? Let me Google. And then I start calling people and talking to people and reading books and kind of like looking for the answers in the same way you start looking for your keys. And then the same way your keys are somewhere within your whatever, 500 to 2,000 to 5,000 square abode. In other words, like the answer or the keys is right in front of you, but you're looking so hard for them, you can't find them. And it's the same thing. So it's like the idea of serving people, isn't this just like good morale thing? Like, oh, I give because of the goodness of my heart. No, I'm getting something, but the paradox is that I can't be looking for it or scorekeeping or saying like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go help somebody because then when I go help somebody, I'm going to get something. It just can't be like that. It's like your mind knows better and your mind connected to the spirit of you knows like those motives block the progress. The letting go of the mind and the spirit and the surrendering of like the agitation of not being able to get what you want or find what you want has to be released for the answer to come, right? You want answers to what's happening in your life? Call a friend of yours and be like, how you doing? And don't interject and don't advise them and don't like say shit that they don't need to hear. What is it that anybody really needs to hear? Really? Maybe I love you or you're awesome? And not in some fluffy way like, oh, you're so awesome. No, no. Say nice things when they mean something. All right, it's 5 minutes. My time is up. And I'm not saying anything nice to anybody to get anything back. Talk to you later. Thanks for joining me.